Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Yay, some more beautiful liminal spirit oracle. I just can't get enough of these cards. I love this combination too. Fish and hare and ocean. And fish, it refers to conserving our resources. Even though if things seem bountiful, we don't want to give in to overspending, give in to wanting to acquire in more and more and more. And we need to plan accordingly for things that we do want and not coming up short. You know, it could be that thing where you have just say, whatever, $200 budget for disposable income, food, clothes, whatever, and for the week. And on the first day, you just go hog wild and go to a really expensive restaurant and get 6 Starbucks a day, something of that nature, of just watching that indulgence. And I have to be careful with myself too. When I'm going out and I'm just having a good time, I don't want to think about budgeting. I don't want to think about money expenditures and all that. And it adds up. It can quickly deplete. So, because fish in a lot of cultures shows abundance and wealth and good fortune. So we want to kind of start as we mean to go on. And in the book, it also talks about now may not be the time to go against the flow. Don't waste time and energy. Utilize the power of the tides right now to just let you accomplish what you need to accomplish. So not wasting your energy on petty things. You know, it could be little arguments. It could be people, one-upmanship, that sort of thing. And also that we are the master of our space and we need to take time to enjoy where we are, who we are, and how we are, and realize that that's something to be celebrated. And it is true. Sometimes it's just the little things, the fact that we're existing in a happy spot and feeling good about the fact that we exist. And for me, that's definitely gratitude too. I love the hair card. I just love the artwork in this so much. The swirls, it's so beautiful. It reminds me, every time I see a rabbit lately, it reminds me of Watership Down, of the story when I was young and the old animated version of that. It really impacted me. Something about, you know, rabbits afraid in their warren and going down and hiding, that whenever I see a hare, it really reminds me of that. This talks about we don't have to follow the straight and wide path, but we're allowed to go the crooked, curving, zigzag one. And it may not be the easiest route, but it's the most fulfilling one. And it reminds me of like how a lot of comics talk about the majority of them don't see success and really blow the roof off, you know, big stadiums until they're in their 40s. But they are eking out a living for decades before that, doing all kinds of clubs and, you know, venues. And they always laugh when they talk about like Applebee's, like doing stand-up at Applebee's or private events, and there's no microphones and there's craziness always going on. It's that sort of thing that if we just got our dreams fulfilled the moment they popped into our head and we didn't have to wait and it was immediate gratification, I think we would experience it differently than if we waited a little while or we had some struggles in there, right? This is also a time of blessings, of fertility and abundance, of a physical nature, or in terms of creativity and also opportunities. And there can definitely be too much of a good thing at times, so pace yourself as well. Because it's funny, this morning when I went to go do a read, I didn't feel at all well because I only slept a few hours, and I just felt like kind of all over the place, and like I started taping, and then my throat was like, it took me effort for the first time, I felt like, and I was like, oh, I don't need to force this. I don't need my video to be out at any particular time. So I just stopped and I got some rest, and then I felt great and unencumbered by any of that. So that's also our cycles and how we respond to that. And oftentimes we will try to force or do something, but to recognize that we have time and we can make things exactly how we want, it's okay. You know, we'll buckle down when we're good and ready to. And I love this ocean card. It's so beautiful. I love the swirl. This made me want to paint. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, just the beautiful swirl and the little puffs of white. This is talking about embodying the patience of the ocean. It has worn rock down and to sand over time and changed the shape of lands and continents. So this is talking about being persistent, and we'll be able to wear down the obstacles in front of us and make our mark. And also, when confronted with waves, we have three choices: dive under them, try to surf over them, or hold our ground and go through them. And we can make the best choice when we observe the pattern of the waves. Otherwise, we're just battling against the tide. That means let's learn the personalities of people we work with and work to the best of our ability to have a congenial working environment. Our sleeping patterns are it's instinctually, we are supposed to be, in my eyes, really governed by our intuitive thoughts, because they guide us to things that are happy, growth orientated, high vibrational, because we long to be inspired, and we long to be happy, and we long to fit in, and all of those things. I just watched this craziest hysterical thing, and I wish I had known that it exists. I don't know how I didn't, with Bill Hader and I forget, it'll come back to me, but they were doing this spoof on Grey Gardens, and they have this hilarious little sketch show, and I was watching it. At first I got really mad because I didn't know of its existence and that it's already had 5 seasons, and I was like, how do I not know about this? And then I was like, well, just enjoy this one, because it was so funny. I don't even think I subscribed to that on my channel, but it lets you watch one, and then it makes you buy the subscription to it if you want to continue watching it. So I got all excited for a few hours of that, because I'm like, I'm going to watch a ton of them. And everybody's gone to bed. I don't know any of the codes or how to purchase anything on these TVs, but I was like, just go with the flow and give yourself something to look forward to. Tomorrow evening you can watch a couple of the sketches. It's that sort of thing where I don't have to have something right away. And I do love the notion of water that constantly comes up against a substance can smooth it and polish it and dissolve it. So sometimes it does take tenacity. So in working in our life path purpose towards our dreams, the things we want to accomplish, the places we want to go, that it'll come to us, it'll show up. We don't have to struggle so hard. Just knowing that it's around the corner and having gratitude for the fact that we have curiosity and wants is also very special to pay attention to as well. So my beauties, that is what you were meant to hear today. I hope you have a great day. Love and light.